Hi again, dear students and YouTube followers. I will begin with the test concerning oligopoly in game theory. This is for me the most beautiful unit. I hope you enjoy it and you like it. Okay, so first question. The oligopoly model, where firms choose at the same time the price they set, is called, well, clearly it's called a Bertrand model, yeah? Well, in which of the following games there are two Nash equilibria? Chicken game, Prisoner's Dilemma, the Battle of the Sexes, or both A and C, but not D? Well, the correct one is that the chicken game and Battle of the Sexes have both two Nash equilibria. Let's remind them. Chicken game, we have two riders, one against the other, and these are their gains depending on the strategies. Okay. Well, if rider 1 thinks that rider 2 will swerve, rider 1 could swerve and win 1, or could don't swerve and win 2. So it chooses not swerve, that's why I mark it. If rider 1 thinks that rider 2 will not swerve, rider 1 will swerve to win 0 instead of don't swerve and win -1. So we mark here 0. If now, being rider 2, he thinks that rider 1 will swerve, he chooses not swerve to win 2 instead of choosing swerve and winning 1. Okay, so we mark here 2. And if finally rider 2 thinks that rider 1 will not swerve, well, he chooses swerve to win 0 instead of choosing don't swerve and win -1. Okay, so we have two Nash equilibrium. And the Battle of the Sexes, if we are if we think that she will choose going to football, he will choose football and win 10 instead of choosing cinema and winning 0. Okay, so we mark here 10. And if he thinks that she will go to the cinema, he will choose going to the cinema and stay with her, winning 5. If she thinks that he will choose football, she thinks going to football and winning 5 instead of going to cinema and winning 2. And finally, if she thinks that he will go to the cinema, she will choose going to the cinema and winning 10 instead of going to football and winning 0. So we also have two Nash equilibrium. Okay. Now, in the following game, both players have dominant strategies. The unique Nash equilibrium in pure strategies is down right. The Nash equilibrium in pure strategies is part efficient, or all of the above. Okay, let's play it. Suppose we are player 1. If we think that player 2 will choose left, we choose down to win 2 instead of winning up and choosing up, and win 1. Okay, so we mark here 2. If we think that player 2 will choose right, we also choose down to win 3. Okay, we mark then here 2 and here 3. I will show you now. If now we are player 2 and we think that player 1 will choose up, we should choose right and win 5 instead of choosing left and winning 4. So we mark here 5. And if we, player 2, think that player 1 will choose down, we should choose right to win 7 instead of choosing left and winning 6. Okay, so we mark here 7. Then the chosen numbers or profits are here 2, 5, 3, 7. So we have only one combination of strategies, that is down, right, down, right. So we have only one Nash equilibrium in pure strategies. Okay, that is down, right. So player 2 always chooses right independently what player 1 chooses, and player 1 always chooses down independently, no matter what player 2 will choose. So both players have dominant strategies. The unique Nash equilibrium is down, right, correct, and the Nash equilibrium in pure strategies is Pareto efficient. Is it Pareto efficient? Yes, because if they change to any other these three combination of strategies, at least one of them loses. Sorry, in fact, both lose changing to any other strategy. This is very clearly a Pareto efficient equilibrium. Okay, I mean, in this situation, in this case, the Nash equilibrium is clearly Pareto efficient, as you say. Okay, these lines, what I want to show with them is that this point is this combination of strategies is clearly Nash equilibrium. Okay, because if player two would like to change its strategy from right to left, leaving the strategy of player 2 constant, player 2 would lose from 7 to 6. So and player 1, if he's thinking about changing to up instead of down from here, leaving the option, the strategy of player 2 constant at right, player 1 would lose from 3 to 2. So none of them have incentives to or any reason to change its strategy. Okay, so clearly it's a Nash equilibrium. Okay, now about Nash equilibrium, it may not exist any Nash equilibrium in a simultaneous game, of course. It always exists when two players have the same possible strategies. No. It always exists when two players have more than 3 possible strategies. No. So clearly is A. Well, I don't know if anytime we've had the opportunity to see a game like this, but okay, you can copy this or pay attention to these numbers. You can play at home, and you will see that these are the results. So we have no Nash equilibrium. Okay, perfect. Now, question number 5. In game theory with 2 players, the Nash equilibrium is a combination of strategies such that it's not possible to improve the result of one player without worsening the result of the other one. No, that's false. That's the definition of Pareto efficient. Okay, strategies or Pareto efficient combination of strategies. B. A combination of strategies such that no player wins by changing his decision individually. Yes, of course. This is the definition of what a Nash equilibrium means. So you should know that. The following game is essentially the same as a famous game. Which one? Okay, let's play. Now, let's suppose we are player 1. If we think that player 2 will choose strategy 1, we should choose strategy 2 and win 7 instead of choosing strategy 1 and win 5. Okay, so we mark here 7. I will mark. Now, if I think that player 2 will choose strategy 2, I choose strategy 1 to win 3 instead of choosing strategy 2 and win 2. Okay, what we can see now is that player 1 has no dominant strategy. Okay, under one assumption, it chooses strategy 1, and the other assumption, or the other possibility for player 2, it chooses strategy 2. Okay, now let's suppose we are player 2. If we think that player 1 will choose strategy 1, okay, we look at the first row and we would choose strategy 2 to win 7 instead of choosing strategy 1 and win 4. So we mark it. Now, if we think that player 1 will choose strategy 2, then we should choose strategy 1 and win 3. Okay, so in which of these games we have such a solution? The chicken game. Okay, the chicken game. Okay, then that's all. Yeah. More. 7. The following game is essentially the same as a famous game. Which one? Well, again, let's play it. We are player 1. If we think that player 2 will choose strategy 1, we would choose strategy 1 to win 4 instead of choosing this and winning 0. If we think that player 2 will choose strategy 2, we would choose strategy 2 also to win 5 instead of choosing 1 and winning 1. Good. If we are player 2 and we think that player 1 will choose strategy 1, we should choose also strategy 1 to win 3 instead of choosing this and winning 0. And if we, being player 2, think that player 1 will choose strategy 2, we should choose also strategy 2 and win 2 instead of choosing 1 and winning 1. Okay, in which of these famous games we have such a solution? Well, in Battle of the Sexes, where we have 2 Nash equilibrium and 2 Nash equilibria, and the other ones are clearly worse for both. Okay, here you have. Now, important question. Let's call Qm the quantity a monopoly produces, Qc the total quantity produced at the oligopoly model of Cournot, Qs the total quantity produced at the oligopoly model of Stackelberg, and Qpc the quantity produced in perfect competition by all the firms. Okay, these big Qs are quantities produced or supplied by all the firms in the market, not individual. Okay, well, we know that talking about quantities, monopoly is the one or the model in which the quantity offered, supplied, sold is the smaller, yeah, the less. The perfect competition, it's produced the highest quantity level, so it could be A or B. But the most important thing here is to know that talking about the solution, Cournot oligopoly model gives us solutions that are closer to monopoly than the Stackelberg solution. Okay, so we should mark here B, because the quantity produced the Cournot level is closer to the monopoly level, and Stackelberg quantity is closer to the perfect combination quantity. Okay, as I show you in class, we could answer to this type of question to about any other variable, yeah, p that we lost, etc. Okay, now well, the Nash equilibrium of a certain game gives the player the outcomes the outcomes 7 and 5, while the other possible combination of strategies give the following outcomes: 7, 4, 2, 3, etc. Then the Nash equilibrium is Pareto efficient. True, false, or... Okay, this is the Nash equilibrium as the problem says. So, is it Pareto efficient? Well, it would be Pareto efficient if we can't find another combination of strategies such that any of the player improves without worsening the other one. Okay, then if we change to this one, player 2 loses. If we change to this one from here, both lose. If we change to here, the first one loses. If we change here, okay, the player 1 will be better off, but player 2 will lose. Okay, and if we change here, player 1 will lose, although player 2 would like to change here. So yes, this Nash equilibrium is Pareto efficient. Okay, so it's A because we have enough information to do this reasoning. Okay, you have here this diagram I made for you. Okay, but okay, it's the what I said. Well, number 10. Two firms with constant marginal cost and equal to 2 choose the quantity they want to produce, supposing the production of the other firm is given, but without knowing it in fact. So this is, as we should know, Cournot oligopoly model. Okay, Cournot. The demand they face is Q equal to 22 minus 2P. The market price and the quantity each firm will produce is, okay, we should make the exercise. Okay, now we know that it's very important to find the inverse demand always in monopoly and oligopoly exercises. Yeah, so we isolate P, we have 2P to the left hand side equal to 22 minus Q. So at the end, 22 minus Q divided by 2 is P, yeah, is the inverse demand. Now, if marginal cost is 2, then the total cost is the integrate of 2, so 2Q. Yeah. Talking about the first firm, it will be 2Q1 plus its fixed cost. Talking about the firm 2, it would be 2Q2, 2 times or twice the quantity produced by this second firm plus its fixed cost. Note that the fixed cost don't need to be equal, okay? They could be different, yeah? Okay. Now, let's play Cournot. For example, as both firms are identical except of the fixed cost that don't play any role here, and the maximization problem. So we just need to do the maximization problem for one of the two firms. Okay. For example, for firm 1, let's maximize its profits. Its variable is Q1. Q2 is a parameter, okay, an exogenous variable. what firm1 decided is the quantity it will produce. Okay, Q2 is given outside. So 22 minus this is P, this is the price, this is the inverse demand, yeah, and the quantity produced that the consumers will find is Q1 plus Q2, because it's the total output from both firms, times the quantity the first firm will produce minus its costs. Then we operate this, we have this expression, and we differentiate it with respect to Q1, that is our decision variable. Okay, so we have 11 minus Q1 minus Q2 divided by 2 minus 2, the fixed cost go, and now we isolate Q1. Well, then Q1 to the right hand side, Q1 would be equal to 9, 11 minus 2, 9 minus Q2 divided by 2. Then this 18 minus Q2 divided by 2 is the best response function for firm 1. Okay, then as both firms have the same marginal cost, we could apply this fact. Yeah, if both firms have the same marginal cost, they will finally produce the same at the Cournot level. So as they will produce the same at the Cournot level, and firm 1 will react this way, we just substitute this here, and we find that Q1 at the Cournot level, or Q2 we could call it, because we substitute here Q2 at the Cournot level is equal to 18 minus Q2 divided by 2. We isolate Q2, and we have that Q2 would be 6. Okay, if Q2 at the Cournot level is 6, firm 1 at the Cournot level will produce the same. Okay, so between both firms produce 12 units, and the price that will be in the market is going to the inverse demand, yeah, going here, 22 minus 12, that is 10 divided by 2, so 5. Well, then the question was the market price, it's 5, yeah, and the quantity each thing will produce, so we should mark B. Okay, perfect. Now let's continue. 11. Two firms with constant marginal cost choose the quantity they want to produce, and firm 1 chooses its output once firm 2 has chosen its output. So firm 2, be careful, firm 2 is the leader at the Stackelberg model, and firm 1 will be the follower. Demand is the same, so we could maybe use some results obtained in exercise number 10. Okay, then we know that in Stackelberg we must make the do the exercise for the leader, and the leader maximize its profits. This is as usual, but now knowing or hoping, that afterwards firm 1 will react as it should do. Okay, it should react as the best response function for Cournot gain sales. Okay, then we take this from the previous exercise, and now we substitute here, yeah, to find this. Okay, we substitute here, and we find a profit function only depending on Q2. So this is a very easy exercise, maybe not beautiful, okay, but very easy. You have to be very careful with the signs, with these fractions and so on. Okay, but you will find this. Okay, even you could operate a little bit more. I didn't do, and I directly differentiate it from here. Okay, then 13 divided by 2 minus 2, so 1/2 Q2 minus 2 equal to 0. Then you isolate Q2 and you find that it's 9. So at the Stackelberg model, the leader should produce 9. Now, it produces 9, and afterwards, firm 1, if it wants to maximize still its profit, it would react with this reaction function, okay, or best response function. So 18 minus 9 divided by 2 is 4.5 units. Hence, between both firms, they produce 13.5, and then this quantity is carried to the inverse demand. It was 22 minus q divided by 2, so at the end 4.25. Okay. Now it was this one, I think. Yeah, this one. Perfect. So this is the typical Stackelberg exercise. You shouldn't have any problem